brand new post. And I'm going to keep this video kind of short. And please like the video if you don't mind and subscribe. Guys, I'm fairly new to all this, so help me out here real quick. But this video is something that I get all the time. And I see this in a lot of the podcasts all around. And they basically want to know, like, how much should a man earn in 2025, right? It's a good question. So let's go over some statistics real quick, right? So the average black man in the United States makes a little bit less than $50,000. Well, let's just keep it at $50,000. The average black woman earns about $41,000 now. If we dig in a little bit more into those statistics, only 9% of black women in the United States earn over $75,000. Over 75% of them earn $50,000 and less, right? Okay. Now, when you dig in a little bit more, if you look at the occupations of black women across the United States, the majority are in, say, nursing, or they're in some kind of business degree, or they have some sort of accounting degree. But for the most part, 30% of all occupations of black women in this country is pretty much nursing, right? It's something to do with healthcare. Not doctors, no, we're talking about like nursing and stuff, right? Black women are the least educated, black men and women are the least educated when it comes to all the different demographics in this country. It comes to India, so the way it works is this, right? So these are the numbers. Black women that have attained a bachelor's degree and up are between 21 and 25%, right? Mexican is about 21 to 25%. Whites are about 35%. Africans, descendants of Africa who are now in the United States, women, are 60%. Asians in America are 55%. Indians are at 70%. Now, the majority of the degrees that the Indians actually have are STEM degrees. They're not humanities degrees, criminal justice. They don't have any, they have no time for that. It's strictly STEM degrees, right? While the majority of degrees that black people have would be sociology degrees, human resources degrees, but they're not STEM, right? So I say all this to say this, right? Oh, and those numbers that I'm giving you guys when it comes to black American women of being 21 to 25% as far as bachelor's degrees attained, that does not account for African women in those numbers. If you took those numbers out of that equation, then those numbers come down by 10%. So that means that black American women earn, it's who have bachelor's degrees, it's about 21 to 22%. If you took out African women, whether West African, East Africans who are now living in here, right? Okay. Hey, from Indonesia. Hello, hello, Agus, Doi. What's up? What's going on, everybody? Thanks for watching this. And do me a favor, hit the like if you don't mind. Pretty new to this, but I'm just giving you guys some information. Okay. So I hear a lot of guys currently right now who are saying that women are being very unrealistic. That women want a man that is, six figures, six-figure abs, 6 feet tall. Now, I don't care about that six feet in height and 6 figures. That's all bullshit. That's just a woman's fantasy. I couldn't care less about that at all. That's just a woman's fantasy. If you're taller than her, chances are she'll be fine. And I have never ever in my life met a woman who rejected me because I didn't have a six pack. Please, believe me, it ain't happening. It's just something that they would like. It's not even. Don't even believe them when they say that. Now, what I do want to focus on is the six-figure number. Now, most men do not make six figures. They make 50,000. If you're black, if you're a white man, it's about $60,000 and so on and so forth. So they want the average man to earn double that, right? Okay. For the longest time, I used to actually think, you know what? Why are women being so unrealistic? Like, who the hell are they to say that the average man must make double, like a man like that they might be, that's interested in them, must make double what the average man makes? Like, who the hell do they think they are, right? And for the longest time, I always had that mentality. I was like, you know what, this is just not fair to the average man. They can't. But then I started thinking about it. I said, you know what? Yeah, $100,000 is what, $50 an hour? That's not a lot of money, guys. It really isn't. It really isn't. Like, I don't know how people survive on $50,000. I don't know how they survive on $50 an hour. I really don't. I really don't. So I don't think women are asking for too much if they're asking you to make $50 an hour. I really don't. I really don't. Right? Now the question is, why aren't you making $50,000? Forget what these women are asking for. Forget about that. The real question is, why aren't you making $50,000? I mean, $50 an hour. It's just $50 an hour. It's not a lot of money, guys. This is the mentality I need us men to have going forward. If you're making anything under $100,000, you have to look at yourself as just follow me for a second. You have to look at yourself as an Apple computer designed by God. If you're telling yourself that you can't make $50,000, that's like an Apple computer saying that he doesn't know how to do a basic, he doesn't know how to calculate 2 plus 2 in a calculator. He doesn't even know what a calculator is. The founder of Apple is going to look at that computer like what are you, nuts? I created you to do way more complex things. $50 an hour, trying to figure out how to make $50 an hour is not a very complex thing. It's part of your operating system. Like it's not that serious. Is the point I'm trying to make, right? So going back to those numbers that I quoted you guys before, right? I see that the problem in the black community is, for whatever reason, we're just not interested in STEM degrees. Is it that it's too hard? Is it that it's not sexy? Is it that it's too much of a struggle? I don't know. But we need to figure it out. We really need to figure it out. Just simply because the Indians have figured it out, the Asians have figured it out, Africans have figured it out. But I do not understand why Black America has not figured this thing out. It's really that simple, right? You got to know your math. You got to know your science. You got to know your technology, right? You just have to. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just have to, right? And it's all a step. It's all one step at a time, right? Am I advocating that you have to go to college? No. Matter of fact, I don't even recommend that you go to college. What I do recommend is that you get educated in a specific thing that is STEM related. That's it. That's all I'm recommending. That's really it, right? And yes, I am in Puerto Rico and I am having a good time. And it's, matter of fact, it's hot here, so turn this AC. But yeah, you have to get a STEM related educational degree or skill set. You just have to, right? And the easiest way, like if you say, okay, you don't want to be a medical doctor, listen, you don't have to be a doctor to make that much money. Like, you just don't. Like, there's some doctors that make 250, 350. The average doctor makes about 275. The average doctor makes about 275 a year. I'm not talking dollars. I'm not even talking about surgeons and so on and so forth. Surgeons make a lot more, but those are specialists, right? But you can also specialize in IT, in a specific niche in IT that can make you millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, right? So I'm gonna need us as men to stop saying that women today are unrealistic as far as their expectations are concerned. You should stop looking at yourself as an average guy and you should start looking at yourself as a guy that's gonna make things happen. Because once again, making things happen is $50 an hour. Guys, it is not a lot of money. It really isn't. I've trained so many people over the years who went from earning, like, say, $40,000 to now they're earning onwards of $200,000, right? So if you're looking to get to really bump up the salary, I strongly suggest that you start looking into either STEM degrees or more preferable would be STEM certificates. Whether you get into databases, whether you get into coding, right? AI is a big thing right now. It is a big thing right now. To get into AI, it's a big deal, right? It really is, right? AI is a big deal. Crypto is a big deal. These two things right now, crypto, AI, these are some big, and tech. Those three things are just gonna revolutionize. They've already started doing it. Like, I use AI on a daily basis, even at work. And oh my God, like, so many things that I wanna code that I just don't have time for, AI does that shit for me, like, just like that. So what does that do? Like, at work, increases my value, increases how people look at me, and so on and so forth. It's just a win-win, and it's just a win-win. Crypto, like something that I tell a lot of people in my group, crypto is a stock market on steroids. You have got to be in crypto. If you missed the Bitcoin boat, you missed the Ethereum boat. Like, you're not gonna get rich off those things anymore. The time for you to get rich with Bitcoin and Ethereum was like 10, 15 years ago. That ship has sailed. Now you gotta start looking at alternative coins. They call it altcoins, right? These are things that are gonna give you 100x explosions, 1,000x explosions, 500x explosions, even 10,000x explosions on your money, right? We're talking about returns. These are some serious returns, right? These are the things that's gonna get you your time back. These are things, hey Doy, how you doing? Right? Hola. ¿Cómo tú estás? ¿Todo bien? Cool. All right. I'm assuming you're Spanish, right? Okay. So guys, the things that you really need to pay attention to would be over the next 2-3 years. It would be crypto, AI, and tech in general. And if you're trying to build yourself up from scratch, first get into tech. You need the cash flow coming in. You need that cash flow, right? We still need human beings to do day-to-day operations right now. AI hasn't completely taken over. It has made the job a lot easier, but you have to know what you're doing, right? So you can get a job that's paying you 50, 60, 70, 100, $150 an hour, $200 an hour in tech, which is what most doctors do, right? Guys, right now I'm at work, nothing to do. It is what it is, right? Yeah, I got my laptop here. I got both laptops here, and there's really nothing to do. Why? Because I've programmed shit to work. Make sense? So, yeah, you guys really have to get into tech. So once you get into tech, now that gives you the cash flow for you guys to invest in crypto. I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but Bitcoin has started going back up, and once Bitcoin starts going back up, that kind of translates into all the other markets, Ethereum, altcoins, and so on and so forth, right? The point I'm trying to make is I don't want you to miss another crypto run. Crypto goes in cycles. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up and it comes down, right? And the crypto market typically has a bear market of 2.5 to 3 years, right? And as a bull market of say a year to a year and a half tops, right? So if you miss this one, that means you're gonna have to wait another 5 years before you can get in again. But by that time, you don't know if we're gonna be getting those 1,000x returns, 500x returns, 10,000x returns. This could be the last one, right? So it's all related, right? You get your tech, you can invest in crypto, and the cycle what? Repeats itself, right? So there's so many ways to make $50 an hour. If you're somebody who doesn't make $50 an hour, let's say you're working odd jobs, you're working Uber, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have to invest in your education. Once you have this education, now you can start applying for well-paying jobs. Nobody's against you. Nobody's putting a rope. You got to ask yourself, why do Indians come to this country and dominate? Why? They're not any better than you. Why? Why do Asians come here and dominate? They're not any better than you. They're just more educated than you in more valuable things. They don't consume themselves in criminal justice degrees and accounting degrees and business degrees and nursing degrees. They don't consume themselves with such things. They consume themselves in STEM. It's got to be STEM. Period. End of story. Science, math, technology, and I forget the E, what the E is for. And engineering, right? So you guys have got to get into these kind of degrees. So are women asking too much for you to make $50 an hour? Absolutely not. They absolutely are not. And as a man, you have to ask yourself as well, like, if you're gonna have a family, let's just do the numbers. If you're gonna have a family, you're gonna take care of a woman and you want kids. Dude, $50 an hour, that ain't really gonna cut it, dude. It really ain't. $50 an hour, it just ain't gonna cut it, man. Like especially if you want your wife to be a stay-at-home. Oh no, it ain't gonna work. But if both of you guys are making $50 an hour together, now both of you guys are making $200,000 a year. Okay, now if you guys decide to team up, now you guys can do things, right? But if it's just you dependent on, it just ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. You guys are gonna struggle, right? So anyway, this is not to introduce you guys to my course or anything like that. It's just, I hear this thing a lot in the social media industry about women talking about platforms. Women talking about they always say they want a 6-figure man, and I do not think it's unrealistic at all. I really don't. I really don't, because learning to get something that's paying you $50 an hour is like learning your ABCs. It's not that you can take you guys. You can take a tester course that's going to take you a month and a half to complete, and you can make $80,000 a year just being a tester, for Christ's sake. It's not even just test an application. When I click this, I expect this. Is that what you got? Record it. That's it. Like, what's so hard about that? That's the easiest thing. Just become a software tester. That's it, right? Now, if you want to make like double that amount of money, then become an Oracle DBA, right? If you want to be a SQL Server DBA, then you'll make like $120,000. I mean, you can take a course for that for like 6 weeks and you're done. Apply it and watch the magic happen. Just watch the magic happen, right? The magic just happens, right? Now, and the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is, if you're in an Uber job or you're in a job that you know that you don't like, that you're just doing it to make ends meet, you're in a tough situation, I understand. What you don't want to do is start taking like, you know how they have all these little extra niche things you could do, like Amazon, or like all these little things that you can do, like I don't know, like all these little things, like doing Amazon FBA and stuff like that. No, we ain't got time for that. We need something stable, something that you can report to. We need to do that for like a year, 2 years, right? Get some money and then start dabbling into hobbies, right? Then you can start doing like all this, all these little things, like hobby things, right? No, you can turn these hobbies into lucrative businesses, but first we need some money coming in. We need that coming in first. Right? All right, so that's what I would advise. Now, if you don't want to take my advice, that's cool, but don't expect, because it all kind of works together, right? Don't expect to have a woman that's going to respect you, because hey, if you're not making $50 an hour, and women today are very visual, just like men. Men are visual, women are visual as well. Women care about the car you drive, how you carry yourself, and so on and so forth. So don't expect a woman to respect you if you're driving a freaking Honda Civic. And I actually drive a Honda Civic. That's one of my cars. I drive a Honda Civic. But I do it because I couldn't care less about cars. And a woman's not going to tell me nothing about money, so it is what it is. So anyway, but I do it because whatever. Like, cars mean nothing to me. If I wanted to buy a Lamborghini, whatever. Anyway, that's beside the point. The main point is, the less money you have, the less visual you're going to be. One thing that I read that I found that was very striking is this, right? I read this somewhere. It says, it's not enough to be strong, but you have to appear strong. I say it again. It's not enough to be strong. You have to appear strong. You have to appear strong. Because if you don't appear strong, people will belittle you. People will test you. People will undermine you. People will disregard you. And people will disrespect you. So it's not enough for you to be strong. You have to appear strong. And also the flip side exists as well. It's not enough for you to appear to be strong. You have to actually be strong. Right? So what does that mean? It simply means don't front. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Don't get into debt just trying to appear strong when you're not strong. Right? And what is not appearing to be strong? Not enough being strong and appearing strong? It's not enough for you to be strong, but if you want to attract the right kind of people in your circle, they have to believe that you are actually strong. So you can have $1 billion, but if you don't appear that way, unfortunately, people are just going to mess with you. You're not going to find the right woman that's suitable to you, right? You're not going to find that beautiful. I'm sorry, that's just the way life is. I wish it wasn't, but it is what it is. So you can see how everything kind of works together. Everything works together. All right, so that's all I got right now, and I will keep posting videos and talk to you guys soon.